20-piece band I hired.
What? They didn't show up?
Well, it does feel like we ought to be celebrating.
God, it's great to be home.
Yeah, well, it feels great right over here on this sofa, too. Have a seat. Doc said not too much standing around on your feet, remember?
You know, the only thing missing here is a beautiful blonde named Logan.
Why don't you give her a call? That's what she's waiting for.
Dr. Marley doesn't want you to do anything at all, and that includes phone calls.
You people are gonna nurse me to death here.
Yes, and therefore you have to be a very cooperative person.
Yeah, this isn't Cedars, you know. We have ways of dealing with stubborn patients.
Take him out back and shoot him, right? Hey, come on. It's a joke. Lighten up.
Well, he's able to joke about it. I guess that's great.
Sure, it's like anything else. It happened, it's over. That's that.
I hope that's the case. I want it to be.
Mother, I won't deny it's gonna be a little strange. Especially out back where it happened. But, God, good to be home.
You're not a little bit apprehensive?
Well, I've got my little brother here to take care of me. Him and his bodyguard.
Hey, why don't we take a walk around the grounds later? You know what they say about falling off a horse? Best thing's to get right back on.
Not a bad idea.
I'm not so sure.
Well, how come, Dad?
Well, I think just walking around the grounds, that is not what the doctor prescribed as far as rest goes.
Look, we'll sneak off as soon as these two leave.
You know, it's pretty risky taking a walk behind your parents' back, though.
It's true, we might get grounded for a week.
I don't know when he's getting out of the hospital. I heard today, you heard next week. But in any case, he won't be back here at Forza for some time. Yeah, I'd say 3 weeks to be safe. In the meantime, you and your staff, you keep reporting to me. That's right. Oh, I liked it very much, Stan. Yeah, in fact, I'm considering moving ahead on that project. Well, you too, Stan. Yeah, keep up the good work. Bye-bye.
Stan Swenson from marketing?
That's right.
You're moving ahead on what project?
Oh, just something he's working on for me.
Working on for you. Clarke, when is this going to stop?
When my office is 4 times as big and my name's in the building.
You know, you're painting yourself into a corner that you're never going to be able to get out of.
You let me worry about that, sweetheart.
And another thing, you knew damn well that Ridge was going to be home from the hospital today.
But Stan didn't know that.
Clarke, the whole world is going to know it when he comes back to work in a few days, and believe me, it's only going to be a couple of days.
Which means I have to make my hay while I can. Something you taught me, Margo.
What's that supposed to mean?
You know what I mean. When a woman wants a man, what's the fastest way to get him? Get pregnant.
You creep. You're the one who filled me with all this garbage about how much you loved me and our future together.
Did we ever talk about having a child? No, not once. You took it upon yourself.
I didn't come here to fight with you.
And what'd you come here for? To hit me up for another 100 grand so you and my kid can go off and live in luxury while waiting for another sugar daddy?
My kid? You know, that's the first time you've said that.
I did it to make a point, so don't get your hopes up. The kid is all yours, God help him.
You know, Clarke, I can't help but think that a part of you, deep down, is very, very curious about this baby that you fathered.
Goodbye, Margo. I've got work to do. Why don't you go back to your office and gestate? It's something you do best.
Well, my first official act in this house is to go upstairs and soak in an honest-to-goodness bathtub.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll send up the nurses.
I'm so happy that you're safe.
Thank you, Mother.
Welcome home, son.
Thanks, Dad. Hey, Thorne, I'll take that.
Yeah, forget it. I'll catch you if you fall off the stairs.
What do you think?
Well, I think I was wrong and that you're right. There's no way Thorne remembers shooting Ridge. No. There's too much love there. What in heaven's name are we gonna do?
I'll tell you what we're going to do. What I started to do the other day, the last time I saw the lieutenant.
You mean get him to call off the investigation?
If we don't, he's going to destroy our family.
He still has no evidence.
But the more he probes and questions, he's going to find out that Ridge slept with Caroline.
No. That's the one thing this lieutenant must never find out.
But he will. He's tenacious. What is that going to do to Thorne? All these questions, all this probing, what is that going to do to his memory?
It could trigger his recall.
And if that happens, he'd remember his motive for the shooting. If that happened, my God, what would we do? What would happen?
Thorne would confess. He's too honest not to. And then at a time in his life when he needs us most and our love, he will be arrested, questioned, and thrown right into a cell someplace.
I'm not going to let them do that to my son. I'm not. You saw him. You've been watching him all morning. Is that a young man that hates his brother? It isn't. Eric, it isn't. If he's committed a crime, the only crime that he's ever committed is because he loved Caroline too much, and they're going to send him away to a prison cell? I'm not going to allow that. I mean it. I'll fight them every inch of the way. I mean it. I'm not going to let them take my son from me. Ever.
Hi, Kristen.
Oh, Storm.
How are you?
Fine.
Good. I'll, see you later.
Hi.
Hi. They keeping you busy?
Well, sometimes I think I might deliver this baby either at that desk or behind the easel. I hope you're coming by with good news and not bad.
Well, actually, I don't have any news at all.
Oh? Then why did you come by?
Just to see how you were doing.
Really?
Still pregnant, I see.
Yes, you noticed.
How much longer? 5 or 6 weeks?
No, 2 weeks at the most.
Gosh. You really are cutting it close.
Well, it could even be sooner. I mean, I was an early baby.
So was I. We're supposed to be the most successful.
Yeah? At what?
I don't know. Well, I just wanted to stop by and make sure you were doing okay.
That's real sweet of you.
Seriously, if you ever need any help, don't hesitate to call. Now, I mean that. Day or night, it doesn't matter.
Storm, that's a real nice thing to say.
Well, Margo, I'll be there for you if you need me.
Yeah? How good are you at delivering babies?
On top of desks or behind easels?
I don't know. I might take you up on that.
Yeah. Well, what is this thing you're working on?
This is my latest sketch. What do you think about it?
Hmm.
You say that I say something nice.
Well, I would have if you'd let me get it out.
That has to be it. Storm Logan.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just feel like I'm losing control of this.
No. It's all right. You and I are going to take care of this.
How?
By making certain this Lieutenant Burke doesn't get any closer to the truth.
Eric, this isn't going to be easy. I'm telling you, this man is on a mission, and he's very persistent.
Well, so is this man.
Where are you going?
I'm going to stop this thing in its tracks. I'm going to the police station.
Do you want me to come with you?
No.
I can't just stay here.
You go to Angela. Neither one of us was there yesterday, and then I'll come to you right away, there.
All right. But you come to me right away.
Yes, I will. You pray for Thorne. This may be his last hope.
Dad, going to the office?
Yes, I am, Thorne.
Well, you want some company? I'm heading over there, too.
Actually, I'm stopping to see somebody on the way. I'll talk to you later.
Mother?
Is Ridge all settled in?
Yeah, just about. Listen, what's going on between you and Dad?
Thorne.
I don't want to be nosy. It's obvious that something deeply troubling is bothering you two.
Please, I don't want you to get into it, and I don't want the rest of the children in it either. All right? Just leave it alone.
Is it the marriage? I mean, you can be honest with me.
No, it is not the marriage. But it is something that is very personal.
So it's just between the two of you.
Thorne, please, I don't want to answer 20 questions. Your father and I are going through something, so just leave it alone, please.
Okay. Just know that I'm here.
How could I ever forget that?
I'm going to work. I'll see you.
Mr. Forrester.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Please, come in. Sit down.
I'll stand, thank you.
I take it you had a chance to speak with your wife?
Yes, I spoke with my wife.
And she confirmed what she told me yesterday, that she wanted the investigation ended?
She more than confirmed it, Lieutenant. She's right. I want it ended, immediately.
Oh, she convinced you?
There's more than a matter of convincing me, Lieutenant. It's a matter of you and your department prying into areas where you don't belong. Family areas, sensitive areas. Do I make myself clear? Shall I go on?
I, don't regard what I'm doing as prying.
Well, you can call it whatever you want. Lieutenant, to me it's prying and I want it stopped.
Let me be straight with you, Mr. Forrester. I think your son, Thorne, is the one who shot Ridge.
Where's your evidence?
Well, I don't have any evidence.
Then you can take your theory and you can file it in your trash can. And I want you to stay away from my home.
I don't have any evidence, sir, but I do have reason to believe that Thorne was in a highly disturbed state at the time Ridge was shot.
That proves nothing, and you know it.
Well, maybe not, but it sure gives me a possible motive.
What it gives you is a young man who was very upset that night. I was upset that night. My wife was upset that night. If you think back, maybe you were upset that night, too.
Yes, but not one of us left our jobs or our homes and went out and drank, which is what your son did.
You're getting thinner by the moment, Lieutenant. Where is the link between a couple of drinks and a possible motive for a shooting? Really, Lieutenant, I wonder what your superiors would think of such reasoning.
I think they'd buy it, Mr. Forrester. Especially after I tell them that the man who was doing the drinking was in an upset and depressed state of mind, and that his brother winds up being shot in the head no more than an hour later. My guess is that my superiors would buy that.
Sounds like my luscious wife. Right every time. Something on your mind?
Yes. Yes, there is. I think I put it together, Clarke.
Put what together?
The father of Margo's baby. I know who it is. Well, aren't you even curious?
Should I be?
I would be if I were you. Clarke, are you okay? You look a little pale.
I'm fine, Kristen.
Anyway, I've come to the conclusion that the father of Margo's baby is none other than Storm Logan. What do you think of that?
Yes, of course. Storm Logan.
I should have put it together a long time ago. He's been seeing so much of her lately.
Storm Logan. Why didn't I think of that myself?
And the reason she's been so friendly lately is probably because Storm's been a little friendlier to her.
Still, I don't trust him. Not for a minute.
It makes me worry about Margo.
Honey, that's Margo's problem, okay?
I guess she knows what she's doing. And there's certainly no arguing. Storm's a very attractive man.
Well, then they'll live happily ever after, just like us.
You know, you've been keeping some very long hours lately.
Well, duty calls.
And the wife gets neglected. But not for long, because Ridge is coming back, and I, for one, can't wait.
Where's Dad?
Oh, he's gone to the office.
Thorne, too?
Yes.
Speaking of Thorne, have you noticed anything about him?
Like what?
His attitude, specifically towards me.
Yes, I've noticed his attitude.
I'd almost forgotten what it's like to have a brother. We haven't been that to one another for so long.
Well, he loves you. He always has.
And then, things came between us.
Sometimes that happens with brothers.
You make it sound like a friendly disagreement. It was a lot more than that, Mother.
The point is, it's over.
Yes. Finally, it is over. I couldn't be more pleased. I don't believe I've ever felt as close to Thorne as I have, well, since the shooting. It's kind of ironic, isn't it?
Ironic?
That it takes a bullet in the head to realize how much you love your brother?
Yes, it is ironic.
Well, anyway, it sure feels good. And I hope it lasts.
It will. I know it will last.
I shouldn't have to tell you this, Lieutenant, but I will, and then I want this to stop. Permanently. You need means, motive, and opportunity for a crime, and then you need evidence. You have none of the above. You have no gun, so you have no means. You have no motive. And now that you've placed my son in a bar that night, you don't even have opportunity. Now, I want this investigation to end, Lieutenant. And if it doesn't, you're in for the fight of your life.
Believe me, Mr. Forrester, I will establish a motive.
How?
I'll just have to ask a few more questions.
Not of my family, you won't.
Well, let me make one thing perfectly clear. You and your wife don't control any part of this investigation.
And you don't have the right to disrupt my family.
I am investigating a crime.
You're destroying my home!
If that happens, that's your son's fault.
guilty until proven innocent? Is that what you're saying to me, Lieutenant?
My instincts tell me that he did it.
What if your instincts are wrong? What then, Lieutenant? Are you going to be the one to come into my home and pick up the broken lives that are in there?
If that happens, I'm sorry.
All right, you listen to me. You listen to me good. You stay away from my home. If you go anywhere near my sons or my daughter, I will bring you and this department to their knees. No one threatens my family, Lieutenant. No one. Don't push me. You will live to regret that.